Yo, what's up? Welcome back to Talks with Ken, episode number 15. I am honored to be in the presence of a legend today. I'm here with the one and only Kira Bing. Yeah. I'm here with Kira today. I'm gonna let Kira get set up first. She looks like she's struggling a little bit. There we go.
Hello.
Hi, Kira.
Hi.
Are you excited to be here?
I'm nervous and excited.
Why are you nervous?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know.
I was about to say, I was like, it's literally just us talking.
Yeah.
And we were talking before, like, I want to say for like an hour.
Yeah.
So I gave you some time to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, I owe Kira an apology because
What?
Kira came to my birthday party and checked me. And she was like, hey, yo, I heard that one episode of you talking on a podcast and you was listing all your friends and you ain't say me.
Uh-huh.
So I owe Kira an apology for most of you. Well, most of you should know because I make it very clear. But if I have not made it clear on this podcast already, I'm very sorry. Kira Bing is one of my closest friends. I've known Kira for a long time. Kira has went from the person who broke my heart to like my best friend. And, you know, sometimes you have to go through those things.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that Kira is here. And it's Kira.
Thanks.
We also had this dope handshake. Y'all
Hey.
Y'all peep.
Mhm.
Y'all peep. Y'all ain't on game. Y'all don't know nothing about it. So, Kira, I wanted to say something.
Okay.
Just got a notification.
Okay.
My red jasper, my carnelian, and my other.
I'm so
other
glad
roster
you brought
coming.
this up. Hold on. I'm so glad you brought this up.
Talk to me.
What were you going to say? Because I'm so excited.
I was going to say they
about
on the way.
it. They on the way?
They on the way.
My carnelian's on the way, too.
Wow. Let's go for the carnelian. Yes, sir.
No. Because, like, can we actually talk about it?
Okay, I'm going to be real with you, Kira.
Okay.
I'm glad I brought you on and you want to talk about it because I know nothing about it.
Okay.
Somebody told me that those 3 crystals right there
Mhm.
could get you coochie. All right. So I figured, I mean, why not? Why not? You know, I figured I'd cop them.
You're not going to get coochie.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Here's the thing, okay?
I also thought they looked cool.
Yeah, they definitely are really cool looking. But I personally got my carnelian because it helps with like creativity,
Ooh.
sex drive, but that I'm not using it for that. And like self-love. Self-love, like all of those nice things. So I'm going to use it for like self-love and confidence.
Ooh.
I'm really excited to use it. Why does it sound like that? You hear that?
Like,
Maybe I'm not loud enough, but
yeah, that was a problem when Lucas was on the podcast. Lucas came on the podcast. He was like, "Hi, my name is Lucas. Be talking." Exactly.
I was listening in the car. I had it all the way up. Couldn't hear him. But yeah,
You know.
I don't know. I find it interesting.
So, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How do people find out the purpose of these crystals?
Research. It's just what I did.
Like, what person was like, yo, this carnelian right here, it will increase your sex drive. It'll increase your self-love.
Yeah.
Boom, crystal.
Because I don't know. It's just a very weird like thing. Because like it's crazy to think about. And another thing is like skeptics.
Mhm.
I understand why they would be skeptical about it because it's like a rock. But like we use like crystals and stuff in watches and
True.
like computers and like all this other stuff. So obviously it has energy and like it does something. It's not just there. So I don't know. It's just kind of annoying when people are like, they're just rocks.
True.
But then anyways, like even if they're just rocks, if they still make a person feel better about themselves or feel like, you know, there's like a change happening for the better, it's not hurting anybody.
It's not.
So,
It's not.
I don't even know what I'm talking about. But
Well, I mean, I kind of get it. I think of it as like, Okay, I have a question for you, actually. Okay, this is going to get deep.
Okay.
Are you prepared to get deep?
Yeah.
Are you prepared to get deep?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
So, you believe in the power of crystals,
Yes.
right? Do you also believe in, well, because I know you're also Mormon,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
and you also believe in ghosts.
Yes.
How do the three connect? That's one thing I've been confused about.
Okay. Where should I start? I'm a very open person.
I love that.
I'm very open. I'm not like I'm sure when a lot of people hear Mormon, they're like, ooh. Because there's a lot of crazy Mormons. Like, I'm not even going to front. A lot of them in Utah.
Yo,
they're
it's funny.
Crazy.
Me and my boss was just talking about that today. We were just talking. I think it was me, Kevin, Sadiq, and my boss. We were talking about the one girl who came for my boss's podcast from Utah. And I think Kevin was like, is she Mormon? And my boss was like, nah, she's actually not Mormon, which was surprising. And I was like, yo, I think Kira was the one that went to Utah. And there was like Mormons everywhere.
Oh, my gosh. First of all, there's like one black person in Utah. I'm not even kidding.
Makes sense.
There's like one that I saw, and I was everywhere. But like, I don't know. I feel like, I mean, I don't want to like bash my religion, but there's so many sides to it, you know? Like,
That's
of course, there's
Christianity.
Yeah, like there's good people and there's bad people. So like, I just feel like there's like a lot of misinformation in my church, and like a lot of people will like spread stuff and then call it prophecy, and it's not. It's just their opinion.
You spitting.
Yeah, and then they pass it down generations, and then people actually think it's, you know, in the Bible or like the Book of Mormon, when it's not.
Yeah.
You can just look it up or read it, and it's not there.
Literally.
And like I even had this kid. You know what? Let me not even bring that up.
Oh God.
Let me not bring that up. It's just a lot. It's just a lot of opinions that they think is true and whatever. Yeah.
So, would you call yourself like religiously or spiritually? What would you call yourself?
Both.
You call yourself
because there has to be a certain amount of spirituality with religion, because like I feel like religion is, you know, the book, the church, like all physical things, but like spirituality, like at least for me, it helps me feel like that I'm making the right decisions, that I'm in the right religion, you know, things like that. Because if not, then I'm just reading a book, just going to church.
True.
But if you don't have any like feelings about it, you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
Because I've had a lot of experiences where, like a lot of spiritual experiences that have helped me stay in like the church. So.
You know
what I mean?
I've experienced those too.
Yeah.
I also want to ask another question.
Okay.
So your necklace,
Yes.
right? Those little circle thingies.
Yes.
I see them. Apparently, I've been seeing them, the emoji or whatever, a lot more on Instagram. What does that mean?
So I actually looked it up.
Oh. Did you look it up before you bought it or after?
Before.
Okay.
Because I'm actually like really into like all this stuff. I've been into this.
I like it.
So it's not a trend for me.
That's what I like to hear.
It's just like the evil eye. I know it comes from like Greece, and it's supposed to be gifted to you to like protect you. I guess like I don't know everything about it, but I just know a little bit. So like some people put it like in the front of their house to like protect their house, or they wear it so it'll protect them, and like supposedly it'll keep you protected from like people's jealousies or like ill will towards you, things like that. Yeah.
Should I call myself some evil eye?
I mean, if you feel like
Some evil eye drip. I mean, block out the negative energy.
yeah, there's like, I feel like there's so many things that people don't know about it. Like people just buy it because it looks cute, but I'm like, you're not actually using it. So like, what's the point?
True.
I don't know.
I just bought the crystals because they was hype. I mean,
Yeah.
they told me what I could do with them. I was like, okay, I'm gonna be real. I never thought at all. Like, I had to make this clear. I never thought at all the crystals would get me coochie. I just kind of thought they were cool.
Yeah.
I thought it would be funny. I got 2 of each. I got myself one, and I got Justin one. It's like a parting gift for when I go to college, you know.
Okay.
So we still feel connected, you know what I mean? So if his red Jasper giving him some coochie, then he getting some coochie. If my rose quartz give me some coochie, he bring me some coochie. But if it gives us some self-healing, then we get some self-healing, and we got some stuff to talk about. Speaking of that,
Still nice.
are you sad I'm going to college?
I'm very sad.
You better be.
Why'd you have to bring that up?
Yeah.
I'm very sad. I'm Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it.
Neither am I.
What is it, like 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's about like 20 days or so.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Makes
scary.
me really sad.
It's scary. I for a while I was really hyped to go. I was really excited. I was talking to my one friend. Lizzie. Lizzie, I don't know if you watch the podcast or not. Lizzie goes to or she's going to Emerson. She's from Milwaukee. But I was telling her, I was like, yeah, I'm really excited. She was like, I feel like a little overwhelmed because she's moved from Wisconsin to like Boston. And I was like, yeah. I was like, but you know, it'll be cool. Nice little experience. And I'm moving from Delaware to Boston, which isn't as far as Milwaukee, but it's still kind of far. But I think the thing that really made me nervous was one day I'm gonna like, I guess it's not self-incrimination because it's legal, okay?
Okay.
When you're in your own home.
Yes.
There you go. So one day I got drunk, right? And I was at home and I was crying to Mel because I was sad that I'm going to Boston and I feel like I'm not going to make the friends that I have now. I was like, man, like I'm going to go to Boston, but I'm not going to have a Justin or a Kira or a Lucas or a Mel or a Camille or like anybody. And it's just like, I know I'm a very open person. I love talking to people. Like I have my own freaking podcast. I love talking to people, but I'd be scared sometimes. Like I know I come off as a very open person and an easy person to talk to. I'm hella nervous. Sometimes I'm hella shy. Like when I first meet a person.
Were you like that before you went to Philly?
Yeah. I remember I want to say freshman year. Okay, so I was shy and then freshman year of high school, let me clarify. I was shy coming into high school, right? And I feel like I wanted to break off that shyness. Yeah. So one thing I did was, it was concert band. Really hated band class. Like actual symphonic band class. I hated it. I only did it the 1 year. I love marching band and everything else. But we're in the auditorium and it's all of the band students from freshman to senior and just filled up the auditorium. And I'm like, look, I need some new people to talk to. You know, high school, I want to leave this shyness away. So then I go and I wander, and then I met Laura and I met Jasmine. And that's something that's always stuck with me because I'm like, the moment I break away from shyness, I make lifelong friends. If I stayed shy, I probably would not be the person I am today.
No, you wouldn't.
It's weird because I know that, but in certain situations, I still get shy. Like I'm gonna go to Boston and I'm gonna have like the set few people that I already speak to now that I already met, like on Instagram or whatever. Yeah. But when I go, I feel like I'm gonna be shy. The most reason is because I'm a film major. I'm a film and television major. I feel like I'm so far behind everybody, and I know I'm not. I know I'm not, but like, it's weird because everybody knows everything about movies and blah blah blah. I like movies. I don't watch every single movie that comes out. I think that's the thing that makes me nervous because I feel like everybody just knows everything. They know this. They know the lighting. They know the all the technical terms. They know the directors, the actors, the dude's mama who drove him to the set. I don't know none of that. I just know I like movies and I want to make movies. And I just feel like I'm just so far behind and it scares me sometimes.
But you're not. Like, I know society makes you think like that because it makes everybody think like if they're take a gap year or anything that they're behind in some sort of way. But you're not because you're so talented. You're literally doing everything, like a podcast. Come on now. You're making music. What else are you doing? You're being fly. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing your own thing.
I'm a little fly.
And I feel like when you get to that point of, like, being in college, I don't know. I feel like it doesn't matter because the opportunities are going to come if you work hard. And not everybody works hard.
True.
You know? They're just going through it.
That's one thing I realized.
But you're hardworking. So it's going to come to you regardless. So.
Yo, Kira trying to make me smile.
I'm serious. Like, you're like one of the hardest working people I know.
I appreciate
that. So I
know
it's going to come. And
I appreciate that.
I feel like you don't have to worry about that. I know it's like you're still gonna worry about it, but
I'm definitely
you
gonna
know,
worry about it.
you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It sucks that a lot of people feel like that, like they're behind and stuff, because you're not. Life has some, like, you know, God has a plan. I mean, I'm trying to push a religion on anybody, but I'm just saying, like,
No, I get you.
you know, God has a plan, and nothing's gonna block those blessings. So
You preaching.
I'm.
One thing I've always loved about you, Kira, you're always positive.
I try.
Like, there's never a time where I speak to you and you're pessimistic. You're always positive and optimistic. 99% of the time. I'm pretty sure there's some times where like you may see the negative first, but you're usually a positive person. That really bangs with that.
Thanks.
Could you imagine? Well, I'm pretty sure you could imagine it. I could not imagine if you had left for Hawaii in middle school and never came back.
I would have been so much happier. No.
Wow. Wow. This is why I said Kira was my friend on the other podcast.
No. I'm glad I came back. I really am.
Like, I think about that sometimes. Mm-hmm. I'm like, wow. If Kira would have left and never came back, life would be so different. Yes.
I don't know.
Yes. My life would be so different if you left and never came back, Kira.
I don't know. But I would like to say he was the first person I saw when I came back from Hawaii, and it was so freaking funny. Oh, I was walking down the hall, and I see this short little man. He was like, "Is that you, Bing Bing?" I said, "You gonna cry or something?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Ah."
Let me say,
nice moment.
I'm pretty sure I told you this. That might have been the happiest moment of my life. Look, I want y'all to know I really, really like Kira, right? I really liked Kira from like seventh grade, right?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, you don't know. I wouldn't say it was like 7th grade to like freshman year or whatever. And Kira left to move to Hawaii, right? And I was like, damn, missed my shot, god damn it. But then I'm walking in the hallway to go get some water, right? I turn over my shoulder. I see little Bing Bing with her hair all fluffy walking down the hallway. I said, God, you really do answer prayers. I said, I ain't gonna fumble this bag, Jesus. I ain't gonna fumble this bag.
And you fumbled it.
I fumbled the bag heavily. But that did teach me a lot of things. So that's why I say if you left, my life would have been different. Because that whole situation taught me how to get over something and then move on to something better.
Dang.
No. Look. I got over obsessing over you and moved on to having you as my lifelong best friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not to say the first part.
Huh?
I moved on to something better.
Better was you being
I know what you mean.
Oh my
I know
gosh.
what you
Yeah, it was it was a very learning experience.
Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah.
Nice memory.
But that brings me to my next question.
Okay.
Which I know is going to contradict myself.
Okay.
Right? But I find myself in a situation. How do you get over someone?
I know. I know, but I don't know how to put it simply. Like, for me, I put myself first because I was tired of bending over backwards and doing all this stuff for somebody, and like, it's just not a good situation. You know what I mean? So if you're trying to get over somebody, like, it took me a while.
Hell yeah.
It took me a while to get over somebody, but it was so nice. Like,
once it finally happens.
Yeah. Having that feeling of like, it's like a total transformation. Like the person that you were before. And then when you get out of that rut, it's just such a good feeling. But yeah, I don't even think I answered the question. Like,
not really, but I understand because after graduation, after I went through that whole thing, sometimes I'll see snap flashbacks. Like I get a new snap flashback every day during the summer because I was going through it all summer. And I kind of like looking at them because I like seeing the growth from where I was then to where I am now. And I'm kind of like, damn, you know, I'm much better than I was back then. And I'm glad I went through this because on the opposite side of the door was happiness. Yo,
that's actually nice.
You know, I'm going to tell you after the podcast, but I kind of just like answer my own question. Wow.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah, that was like, see, this is why I brought you on the podcast. Because problems get solved when I talk to Kira.
Okay.
You are the I'm trying to think of a clever catchphrase.
It's okay. You don't need to.
The brilliant Bing.
I like that. Thanks.
Brilliant and radiates positive energy.
Appreciate that.
Did you hear that they found SpongeBob and Patrick in real life?
Huh?
So
this is not even okay.
So I keep saying they. I don't know who the freak they is, but it was a team of scientists that were looking underneath the sea and stuff like that. And kid you not, they found a yellow sea sponge and a starfish just chilling on a rock together.
You're lying.
On everything. I saw the picture today. It was
what?
I'm gonna pull it up. If you're watching the video, then you can.
That's so random.
It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I said, "Oh snap!"
Oh, what the heck?
Exactly.
What the heck?
It's literally SpongeBob and Patrick.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It's so random.
It was beautiful. I saw it. I was like, dang, yo, childhood. I feel like I always bring SpongeBob into each podcast
I noticed
episode.
that.
Yeah. I manifested them into real life. And there it is. Every time I talk about SpongeBob, I get so mad. Like, if there's one subject that heats me up, SpongeBob pisses me off.
I don't care. I just
respectfully. Were you one of those kids that were allowed to watch SpongeBob?
Yeah. My grandma hated it though, because she was a principal teacher. She was like, "This stuff is stupid." Yeah.
I always thought it was funny in elementary school where I talked to like one of my friends about SpongeBob. I'm like, "Oh, I'm not allowed to watch SpongeBob." What you mean you're not allowed to watch SpongeBob? Oh, my parents don't let me watch it because it's bad. Well, your parents don't know what fun is.
Yeah. Also, Harry Potter. A lot of people couldn't watch it because of witchcraft.
I couldn't watch Harry Potter.
Oh, no. Why? What was their reason? Witchcraft.
I couldn't watch Harry Potter, and I also couldn't celebrate Halloween.
Oh.
I've never celebrated. I think I've celebrated Halloween once, but not even like I actually wore a costume. I just went with my friends, Christian and Victoria, and they went trick-or-treating in their cousin's neighborhood or whatever, and I came with them, and I put on a red hoodie and some like some joggers or whatever, and they asked who I was. I said, "I'm LeBron James."
LeBron? I don't think he looks like that.
I wasn't wearing any LeBron James merchandise at all. It was just like a red Nike hoodie and some Hollister joggers or whatever.
It was your first Halloween.
Yeah. It sucked though, because I've always wanted to dress up for Halloween. And like I get to see my niece and nephew dress up now. And it's cool, and I kind of feel a little jealous because I'm like, man, I would have been a killer Ninja Turtle, man. Would have came out there with the nunchucks and everything, the shell on my back. But it just never happened.
That's sad.
Yeah. It sucks.
You want to go trick-or-treating this year?
I'm going to be in Emerson.
I don't know.
I don't
Dang
know either. Yeah.
Can I tell you a story about it's actually kind of crazy. Something that happened when I was a kid on Halloween.
Oh shoot, that's why my mom ain't let me go. Keep going. Talk to me.
This is when I lived in Camden.
Is it creepy?
To think about, yeah.
Let's go.
But right. I was probably like 7 or 8 years old, and me and my family went trick or treating, and it was like the way that my neighborhood was set up. It's pretty much surrounded by woods and stuff, and like then a cornfield, and like so much crap happened in that house too. Like it was haunted. There was a lot of stuff that happened, but regardless, like we were trick or treating, and Destiny and my brother were like, I don't even know how far they were, but they were like quite up there, and I was like trying to chase them to like I could find them. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm tongue tied, but yeah. So I was like calling out for Caleb, and I was like, Caleb, where are you? And I was trying to find him.
Right.
I said it like probably multiple times. I was by myself, and the next day my mom told me there was a I don't know if I should say like trigger warning, but a rapist in the woods.
Oh shit!
Right where I was at. Like literally, there was woods, a fence, and I was right here.
Oh my God.
And I was like, Caleb, where are you? And there's a rapist right there. I could have died that night. Like, I'm not even kidding. They found him the next night.
Oh my freaking God.
It's kind of creepy. Because I didn't think about it when I was little. I was like, okay. But then I thought about it like years ago. And I'm like, wait a second.
Exactly. Oh my God.
That's a crazy situation.
That was a horrifying situation.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy as shit.
And that's why you don't trick or treat.
Thank you, Mommy. You're always looking out for me. I love you. I think it's weird that I can't tell my mom about the podcast.
Why not? Like, why won't you tell her?
I'd probably tell her further down the line. I can't tell her now. It's just the way my mom is a very religious woman. Extremely religious woman. She's a Christian down to every word in the book. So my podcast, the way I talk on my podcast, the guests I have on my podcast is just, you understand why
I get what you mean.
Yeah. And it's like, I love my mom to death. Like, I'll fight anybody over my mama, on my mama. But I can't show her. Maybe one day I will be like, hey, look, I do a podcast. It was very relieving when I told her about my song. I was scared to tell her.
Which song? Like,
not with me.
That's the first time you told her about your music, or?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
She still ain't hear Summer Gaze.
Wow.
Sure, not with me. She really liked it too. I'm like,
good.
I want to try and be more open with my mom. That's one connection I really want to have really strong, because it's really hard to talk. Well, I don't want to say it's hard to talk to my mom. I feel like it's very easy to talk to my mom, but I don't want her to look at me a certain way because of the way she believes in things. And I don't want to butt heads because she believes in this and then I believe in a certain thing, blah, blah, blah. And it brings me to my next point. I kind of question myself sometimes.
Why?
So I was talking to Sadiq the other day, right? And Sadiq started telling me about astrology signs or whatever, right? And he was telling me about the signs and everything, and I was listening. I was like, yeah, I never really believed in astrology or nothing, but like I always listened to it. I was like, yeah, I'm a Cancer. I don't really know what it means, but that's what I am.
Yeah.
But he was telling me about it, and then I looked into it a little bit. I was like, that's kind of cool. But then he posed a question to me. He was like, he said, you say you're a Christian, right? I said, yes. He said, do you believe everything in the Bible? I said, not everything, because I believe the Bible has been rewritten plenty of times. And the way pastors preach, they take, the Bible can be interpreted in any way. Yeah. So they take one portion and they spew it out this way, when in actual reality, it was supposed to be spewed out this way. And he said, well, since you don't believe in the Bible word for word, are you a Christian?
Yes, because you believe in Christ. If that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? That's what it
See,
means.
I was thinking that, but then we're also told to follow the Bible.
Yeah. I don't know.
Exactly.
Because I definitely agree. Like, sheesh, such a deep topic. But like, there's definitely like good reason to question like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because there's so many parts of the Bible that are missing just because, you know, people steal stuff, things happen, whatever the case may be. But like, it makes you question like what's true and what's not, you know. But that's also why I bring up spirituality, because if it's just religion and like you're questioning that, then without the spirituality part, you're not going to really get that like confirmation.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're asking God, is this true or is this not true? And he's going to help confirm that in some type of way.
Prayer has always confused me.
Why?
Because I feel like sometimes my prayers be getting answered. I can't lie. Like, I definitely prayed about my whole situation. Like, when I left Drexel and I was struggling for a little bit, and I prayed, and now I'm going to Emerson. Like, shit is looking good for me.
Yeah.
But sometimes it confuses me because I feel like I'll pray, and then I feel like I'll never get an answer to it.
God's timing, man.
Yeah.
That's all I can say to that.
Yeah.
Like,
and things like that is why I believe I'm a Christian, because I pray to God.
Yeah.
I pray to God all the time. Whenever I'm lost and don't know what to do or whatever, I pray. So I believe I'm a Christian, but there's certain things in the Bible where I'm kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this. And then when I think about that, I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm questioning God when I do that, which is bad.
But like, there's like a gray area because
yes,
like you don't want to feel like you're questioning God, but at the same time, like they do say the Bible is the word of God, but at the same time, it is a human made.
I'm about to say, written by men.
Yeah. So like, it's a very, very gray area. And obviously we're not going to know all the answers, but like, cause there's just like a lot of like evil people that have changed things and taken things out.
Right.
Or, you know, like a preacher misinterpreting it and saying the wrong thing.
Cause I definitely feel the one thing I've always been conflicted over about, right, is the Bible says, love everybody, treat everybody with love and respect and love everyone. Yeah. But the Bible also says, man shall not lay with a man, woman shall not lay with a woman, blah, blah, blah. And it confuses me because people will believe, okay, well, man shall not lay with a man, so what you're doing is a sin, so I'm against you, right? But then you can't have that idea of I'm against you if you're also supposed to love everyone.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I never understood, because love everyone, treat everyone with respect. But I also believe it doesn't matter who you lay with, right? Because I also feel like the Bible, I feel like, not even I feel like, I know the Bible was written by man, as in man.
Yeah.
So things in there are from a man's perspective. So a man sees one thing and says, it shouldn't be like this. Yeah. And I think that's the thing that really confuses me, because who's like when preachers preach that the whole LGBTQ community is wrong, why are you so concerned who they're laying with? Yeah. That's one thing I've never understood.
I think it's inappropriate.
I think it's inappropriate too.
There's so much.
Start spitting. Let me hear. So much.
Something like that, as well as like, I know with my church, I don't know if other churches do it, but like, man, if somebody from my church find this, they're probably not gonna be happy. But it's how I feel. And it's just like the way that they do things. So like, there's like something called like a patriarchal blessing, or like we have temples. So like you'll get like a meeting with like the bishop to like, so they can know you're making the right choices to be able to be worthy to enter the temple, because it is a holy place, which I understand. But it's the part where like, I'm alone in a room with a man. Yeah. And it's you know, weird. Like it's something that I was conditioned to think was okay. But then I, like literally a few months ago, I was like thinking in the car, and I was like, why was that allowed? because obviously they do let parents in sometimes, but most of the time it's just them and their kid. And like,
It's weird.
I just don't think that's safe.
That's
you know?
especially with like all the Catholic preachers or whatever.
Yeah.
That'll be like, oh, so and so found out that this Catholic preacher was a pedophile and blah blah blah. Will you put these weird old white men around kids? Well, what do you expect is gonna happen?
That and the fact that I already think that's inappropriate. And then the fact that like they're gonna ask, because they ask a whole bunch of questions. Are you drinking? Are you smoking? Are you having sex? Are you this, that, whatever? The part that gets me is like, are you having sex? Because I feel like yeah, exactly. You're asking a child if they're having sex, and I feel like that's very disgusting.
It is.
Because you shouldn't be worried about what that kid's like. I kind of get it, because you like, it's in the commandments, you shouldn't have sex before marriage.
Yeah.
Well, is it?
I think I don't know if it's a commandment. I do know it's
in there. But I just think it's inappropriate, you know?
Yeah. It's always been weird to me.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's crazy, because I went through years of that, and I'm like, yeah, this is fine. No.
Like, whenever I see, like, the confessional booths or whatever, and they're like, Father, I have sinned. That's fucking weird. I'm sorry. Like, respect to anybody whose religion that is. You know, you have your viewpoints. I have my viewpoints. I think it's weird that you have this young child calling you, this man, Father, I have sinned. And then they're in the other side of the booth. Well, confess your sins to me. Blah, blah. It's weird.
I don't find that weird, but I
really?
respect your, I can kind of see it.
I don't know. I just...
Is it like the same thought of like just like the child being with like a grown up person? Yeah, I get that.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't get it. And I'm just lucky that I had like good people. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't, and they take advantage of children and stuff like that, and it's really sad. So,
all right, let me switch it up real quick.
Yeah.
And bounce to something. When your doctors ask,
okay,
do you have sex? What do you say?
No.
Or, okay, hold on. Let me rephrase that. When your doctors ask the questions of, do you have sex? Do you drink? Do you smoke? What do you say?
No.
You always say no?
Yes.
Yeah. I always say no, too.
Yeah.
And, like, I know it should be confidential, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't feel right telling you this.
That's true. But that is like the only case that they actually should know.
Yeah, like I should be telling them no.
Yeah.
Or, like yes, but
so they can rule out some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I went to the doctor because for like all my life I've been going to a pediatrician, and then I just recently for the first time ever went to an official doctor, and so I'm in the room with the doctor and they're asking the questions. He's like, do you he was mad. He was an interesting dude. I forgot what his name was. He was a tall black dude. His voice was so deep. It was just deep and serious. And I try to crack jokes with him, right? Oh, I remember the dude's name. I don't want to say dude's name, but his name.
Okay.
That's a smooth name, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I'm talking to him and I'm trying to crack jokes or whatever, but he's just not budging. I'm like, wow, doc, this is the first time in my life I've been inside a doctor's office without animals on the wall. You know? He looked around and said, what animals? I said, oh no, I meant like I've been like this is my first time going to like a real doctor. I've been going to a pediatrician all my life. Well, you do know pediatricians are real doctors. Come on, homie. You know what I'm talking about. Like I tried to crack jokes with him, but it just wasn't working.
Yeah.
But I also hate that all my doctors are in New York. It's mad annoying. Like I get it because insurance wise, it's best to do it over there for us. But it's a long drive. But
sucks.
The best thing about it, my eye doctor. The eye doctor that I go to.
Didn't you say she was fine?
She was so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Because it's a college of optometry. Oh. So the people who are doing the clinicians or whatever, or the clinicals, I guess, are college students. They're they're like probably seniors or whatever. I'm 20. They're probably like 21, 22. So I'm seeing this doctor. I'm like, goodness. I wanted to say something so bad. Like we're sitting here looking eye to eye. I'm me and she's her.
Oh, I can see that.
I'm just looking at her. I'm like, God.
She's like 1 or 2. You're like,
you. It was the most amazing thing in my life. And
nice.
She was mad cute. I almost said something. I was like, nah, let me pipe down. Know what I mean? Only reason I ain't say nothing is because I was there with Mr. Branch. And I didn't want to say nothing. And then it'd be weird.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to find her one day. You know, this look, because this is probably gonna go on TikTok or Instagram, so I'm gonna just say it right now. Look, eye doctor lady from SUNY Optometry, School of Optometry in New York. You know what I mean? She was like short. She was wearing a pink shirt. Ah, man, she had like brown hair. It was like short brown hair, and she was mad cute. I couldn't even like really tell what her skin complexion was. I was blinded, yo. I was blinded.
Yeah,
I just know she was really beautiful. I want to say she was like, she looked like tannish. I don't know if like that was light skin or brown or like just white but tan. I don't know, but she was beautiful. All right. I hope you remember me. I told you I was going to Emerson. So if you see this and you remember me, look, I'm waiting for you. I mean, I'll write a song about you. Let's catch up. Let's catch up. I went to the dentist later on that day, too. I told her, I was like, look, I don't even really like the eye doctor like that, you know what I mean? Because I prefer the dentist. The eye doctor is like kind of my worst doctor. And she was like, well, I think the dentist is the worst. I was like, yeah, I know, but like, I just don't like getting stuff dropped in my eyes. Went to the dentist. They did my teeth right. They was like, damn, boy, you got some nice teeth. I said, word? He said, nah, nigga, you need a floss. I said, damn. Nah, he ain't said, but they were like, they asked me if I floss, and I was like, nah. Well, I don't know. I just always forget to floss. But I figured I'd rather tell the doctor I don't floss than instead say, yeah, you know, I do floss, and he start doing it, and like my gums start bleeding. Yeah. But I had no cavities or nothing. And I was like, yeah, let's go. Because last time I went to the dentist was 2016.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're supposed to go like every 6 months, right?
I know.
Sheesh, dude.
And no cavity since then. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Know what I mean?
That's nice.
But they said my wisdom tooth is coming in, and I could feel it. And sometimes I feel it, and sometimes I don't. But when I was eating my Chick-fil-A over there, I had like a last chicken tender, and I stopped eating the chicken tender because I felt a little pain right there. So I'm supposed to get it removed, but I'm supposed to do it soon before I go to college.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to deal with that in college.
Get that out.
Because I don't want to be giving a presentation. I'm like, my name's Cindell Johnson, and I got a lot, y'all.
Are you going to film?
Huh?
Are you going to film it? Your wisdom tooth?
Oh, absolutely not. I'm gonna I'll make sure they don't knock me out.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah, you know. Definitely not. I'm gonna just say, look, they said we don't have to knock you out. We could just numb the tooth. I said, yeah, we're gonna do that. You're not going to knock me out because I'm going to start saying things, and those things are not going to be things that anybody else wants to hear. And those are going to be uncomfortable conversations to have with my parents. Yeah. Oh, so you said this while you were loopy.
That's like my worst fear.
Yeah. I feared that all my life. So once they told me that my wisdom tooth was coming in, I said, damn, I'm gonna say some stuff.
Yeah.
It's definitely scary.
I got a question.
What's up?
I know we're like past the conversation of like spirituality and stuff, but how do you as a Christian feel about angel numbers? Because I've never like asked somebody else like that.
What are angel numbers?
So repeating numbers.
Oh.
So like say you see like 333 everywhere, and it's supposed to have a meaning.
I believe it.
You do?
And here's why.
Okay.
So I want to say my sister was in middle school at the time, and that means I was in elementary school. My sister, don't know why, but she kept seeing 911 over and over and over and over and over. And everywhere she looked, she always kept seeing 911 over and over again, right? One day, there's one guy who goes to her school that she's friends with. He tries to commit suicide.
Ooh.
He eats a whole bunch of pills, and he tells her.
Wow.
She calls 911. The ambulance come and they resuscitate or they pump his stomach, take the pills out.
Sheesh.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's really good that she like did like something. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
she noticed it and like took a note in the back of her head and like helped him. Like that's really cool.
It was wild.
Man. In middle school?
Middle school. You just kept seeing 911 everywhere. Everywhere she looked at the time, on her phone, on a paper, 911, 911, 911. Damn. Until she finally had to call 911, and I was like, damn. What are your experiences with angel numbers?
I don't know. It's weird because like recently I've been seeing 111 a lot, like a lot, and it makes no sense. Like it makes sense, but like it doesn't make sense.
What does it mean?
So like I would see it like whenever I pick up my phone, 111, and like I'd be out and about. Mostly it would be like when I check the time, it's 111, right. And then like I would see 111 on my car. I would see 111 like somewhere else, and I've been seeing it for like the past couple months. And like I looked it up, and it means. Well, I'll tell you this first. I saw the 111 everywhere, and I was like, "That's so weird."
Right.
And then I applied to this internship. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm on the list. And then I looked it up, and like 111 is supposed to mean like you're entering a new chapter, and like blessings are gonna come towards you. And I was like, this makes sense. I was like, this is adding up.
It's adding up.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's interesting, but a lot of people think it's like witchcraft. I mean, like,
really?
I guess like a lot of people that do witchcraft do that, like experience that. I don't know. I just want to know how you felt about it because I don't think it's like evil.
I don't think it's evil. I believe it's a
not
sign.
Like, yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I think it's interesting.
Okay. I have a question.
Okay.
I've been seeing like witches become more popular.
Yeah?
Yeah, like, well, I mean, I guess just for me, like, I'll be on TikTok or whatever, and be like, welcome to Witch Talk, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Mm-hmm. And I think it's weird because I've met people who are like, yeah, I'm a witch, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what that means because I'm always imagining witches, you know, the little crinkled up brown fitted hat on, you know what I mean? They little broomsticks with a black cat on the back and a cauldron. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm always thinking of. But witches, they just, I saw this board, right? Mm-hmm. And it looked like this thing that was like dangling or whatever. And I don't know if it had a magnet on the bottom or whatever, but like it looked like they were trying to talk to spirits or something like that.
Like a Ouija board.
Yeah, kind of like a Ouija board.
But different.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's weird to me. But is that per se bad? I think it's like from my religion standpoint, it is.
Yeah. I feel like I don't think it's I don't know. It's not, I don't think it's a popular opinion, but like, I feel like not all like witchcraft is bad because it depends on how you use it, just like everything else. Like, whatever you're doing, if you're using it bad, it's obviously bad. But like, I feel like there's also a lot of people that just use it for good and like for themselves for good. I feel like that's not the same. Like, it's not hurting anybody, so I don't know why people are so against it. But like, I have like, so like my great grandpa was a warlock. Do you know what that is?
I don't know what it is.
It's a male wizard. Yeah. And like, he was a warlock, and he actually like did spells and stuff. He had a spell book and everything. He made hair grow on a rock. That's the only thing I know about it. No, so I feel like that's why a lot of stuff happens in my family spiritually. And whatever. He was a warlock, and so like he kind of like tried to pass down that stuff, and my grandma was like, no. She literally burned the book, whatever. But like since then, like, I don't think since then, but like whatever, since I've heard about it, my dad would be like, no, don't touch that stuff, because he even had an experience where like he was, I think, at a party or something, and they had a Ouija board, and he was like, he had never done it before. So he was like, you know what? Let me see. Let me see what it does.
Right.
It looks cool. So he said he literally just touched it and he felt something like grab him and like pull him. And then he was like, nope. He was like, oh, nope. And that's what he told us about it. And then that was my understanding of it, was that it was really bad. But I don't know.
I remember when I was younger, me, Christian, and Victoria, I remember I didn't even say we used to, because it only happened like one time, but I remember it specifically. We were in Christian's room. We were on YouTube. And we were looking at a video of Ouija boards, right? Because we're these really Christian kids, so we're not like partaking in that. So we're like, let me see what that's all about. And we sitting there, we looking at it like, yo, what is going on?
Yeah,
this some type crazy stuff. I said I'm never in my life getting near that ever.
I'm not touching one.
Hell no.
I don't care. I'm not trying to talk to my spirit ancestors. Nothing.
Look,
I'll talk to you a different way.
My spirit ancestors gonna tell me.
What?
Damn, bro. We was picking a lot of cotton back then. This shit was rough. Keep doing what you're doing, youngin. That's what they're gonna tell me. I don't need to know that. I just know my great granddad, he was out there picking cotton or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but like, I feel like when I don't know. I don't want to get hate for it, but like,
oh gosh,
like, I mean, it's not controversial, but like, just like, I feel like a lot of people think, because I've had a conversation like this with some of my other friends, and they're like, no, it's not evil. Like, you're just trying to talk to your ancestors. But I'm like, but if you're even getting into that realm, there's obviously other things that can come through. Like, there's so many instances where like demons, anything evil, like they'll like mask and act like they're your ancestors. They'll act like they're something else, and then you're inviting them in, and it's just like bad case scenario. So I just wouldn't even try that. But I thought of this show that I watched. Oh. So it was freaking creepy. Like, it had me up for days.
What is it called?
It's called Paranormal Caught on Tape or Camera. You know what I'm talking about?
I think I've seen that before.
They got ghosts, aliens, like anything supernatural.
I think I've seen something like that on Cartoon Network before.
Yeah?
They had a show like that on Cartoon Network where it was like Ghostbusters or whatever.
Yeah.
Or not Ghostbusters, but like they like go into the houses with like the equipment or whatever, and that jump was crazy. And I remember I'm gonna let you get back to what you were saying. This is based on the same thing, kind of. I remember one time we went to Fort Delaware.
Isn't that haunted?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
And my one friend Hunter, his dad is a ghost hunter.
Oh.
Right. So we go into this cave.
Is that why his name's Hunter?
Oh shoot! I never thought about
Hunter's
that.
dad's a ghost hunter.
I never thought about that. But we go into like this area or whatever, and his dad came with us because he's a ghost hunter, so obviously he wanted to explore. He has a little thingy, whatever. That John was like nothing. Then it beeped. Yo, when I tell you, we all dipped out of there so quick. I mean, his dad was chilling. Yo, me, all my homies ran straight out the cave. I said, nah, bro, you wildin' for that. You wildin' for that, cause don't bring no spirits around this way.
It's scary.
It definitely is.
It's scary.
It definitely is.
But I'll try not to describe the whole thing because it was actually really creepy. But like, I'm like into that. I actually want to start a podcast with like paranormal stuff. Don't know how I'm gonna do it yet.
Creepy Kira. I love it.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting. But this one episode, usually they keep it pretty light on that show. Like they'll have like a door slam. They're like, oh, what is that? And then they'll like talk about it. Next clip. This clip was like freaking nightmare fuel. Like it was just, they explained the story. Well, actually they showed the clip first. And like, it gives me goosebumps just even thinking about it. But basically this like thing came up the stairs and like was just staring at this guy recording. It was freaking creepy.
Oh, nah.
It was like some hairy, 2 foot tall, like one-eyed looking thing, and it looked like it had like, it was weird. Like
a Goomba from Mario.
No,
you said it was hairy. That's the first thing that popped in my mind.
Creepy. And like, so he was recording it, and it was coming up the stairs, and then he was like getting up. No, his cat actually chased it. And, like, he went around the corner and it was gone. And then he caught it a second time. But it turns out the person that recorded it, his dad, and apparently some other friends, like 20 years before, played with a Ouija board in that house, and they feel like, I mean, it's just like a theory that it probably opened a portal, and that's why that was in there.
Hey, look, all I'm gonna say is this one I'll be watching scary movies that be based on a real story. No, you can miss me with that. I ain't never watching that. I don't even like scary movies at all because I don't like the idea of why would I purposely want to scare myself.
Yeah, like The Conjuring. Yeah. Wasn't that the one that like people were having really weird feelings about?
Yeah,
I don't like that.
The Conjuring, The Exorcist, all that stuff. Nah, you can miss me with that.
Yeah.
I like psychological thrillers like
I'll
Jordan
stick with
Peele.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, I'll stick with Goosebumps. I love it. I like psychological thrillers like Jordan Peele movies or whatever.
Yeah,
where it'll make you think, but nothing horror.
Yeah,
I hate that stuff.
Or like the fact, I mean, I don't know exactly because I didn't watch it, but like what I heard about Conjuring was like they were actually speaking like real stuff.
Yeah,
and like that's like a lot of people had some weird activity going on in their homes like after watching it.
Like, why would I purposely watch that?
Like, I'm not watching that crap. Dang. No.
Oh, brings me to another point.
Okay.
So, the government pretty much told us that aliens exist.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
I already knew they existed.
I always thought they existed.
Yeah.
But hearing that, yeah, we've identified a whole bunch of UFOs, we don't know what any of them are.
Yeah.
That's kind of creepy.
How do you feel about it? You just think it's creepy?
I don't know how to feel about it because it... Okay. Let me make a joke out of it first before I go deep. Okay. I saw something because you know how Jeff Bezos like went to space or whatever and came back.
Yeah, and his penis rocket.
Yeah, they look like meat. They're saying, what if the aliens that like come here and see us and then leave real quick are the billionaires of those galaxies or whatever, and they're just going on a little space trip.
That's kind of funny to think about.
Yeah, but I think it's. I've always believed that there was something else, because for me to just sit here and say we are the only civilization in the entirety of existence, I don't believe that.
It's very stupid.
It literally, because if I can be here and exist, I believe there's an infinite amount. Everyone says there's an infinite amount of galaxies. Yeah. So obviously there's something else somewhere.
I think it's very selfish to think that way. Like, you think you're, like, that important?
Exactly.
That you're the only thing here.
If anything, we should feel like we're slow because we just got to the moon. That's about it. Yeah. They traveling through galaxies. Mm-hmm. So.
But I feel like with, like, the government confirming, like, there's aliens, there's, like, not enough uproar about it.
No, not
because
at all.
I feel like everybody's just, like, I don't even know. Just in their phones. They don't care. You know what I'm saying?
You know what concerns me even more? If the government openly told us that there's aliens, like they openly said, okay, yeah, all right, there's aliens. Mm-hmm. They know other stuff. Because if they was keeping that, true. And that's what that was the leak.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you know, the aliens do exist. What else do you know?
Yeah.
There's obviously a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm pretty sure They done been on the planet before. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that they've had contact.
Did I tell you my theory about the moon?
What?
The moon wobbling?
No, but I heard that. I heard the moon wobbling.
So, right. You shoot the moon because they actually shot a rocket at the moon. They found out it dings. So, like, the sound vibrations came back and it was, like, sound like a ding. Mm-hmm. And then we find out a couple weeks ago that the moon wobbled, and I feel like it's not like natural. You know what I feel like? I feel like they were messing around, and something happened, and they hit the moon, or like something, because it doesn't just happen.
Understandable.
I mean, obviously things do happen, but I feel like the government like had something to do with it. You know,
my thing was, the thing that always worries me is, or I guess I don't really get too worried about it, but sometimes I think about it. I always think at any moment the Earth could just fall, like out of the solar system, out of our little solar system or whatever, and we can't do anything about it.
Nope.
The moon wobbling, kind of solidified that for me. Because if the moon can just randomly wobble, who the fuck's to say the Earth can't just be like, ah?
I mean, that is what it's doing. Global warming.
Global warming. Did you hear about the earthquake last night? There was like the biggest earthquake on the continent of North America since like 1960 something in Alaska.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of creepy because I know this girl that's in Alaska right now.
It was like an 8.6 magnitude or something like that.
8.6.
Yeah, I think it was something like that. And then
wow.
They were worrying that there were going to be tsunamis. And then
ooh.
Yeah. And then I texted Justin because Justin was like, "Hey, yo, you think you can outrun a..." He was like, "I think I can outrun a tsunami." I said, "You think you can outrun a tsunami?" He was like, "Yeah." I go on Twitter that day, or pretty much it was early this morning. I'm scrolling on Twitter and I see tsunamis travel jet speed over water. And I sent it to Justin. I said, "You still telling me you can outrun a tsunami?" He ain't reply.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
He can't.
It's physically impossible.
I saw a lot of people talking about that. Yeah, you just go over it. No.
Maybe you can just go over it.
No.
And then you also got to think about everybody else is hearing tsunami and is trying to leave. You think traffic jams are bad when there's an accident on the highway? Imagine hearing there's a freaking tsunami coming.
Oh, that would be so terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't like that. That's like one of my biggest fears. Yeah. I hate that. I hate the idea.
Tsunamis are scary. The ocean is the scariest thing in the world to me. In the world. Because nobody has completely explored the ocean, so they don't know what's going on over there.
What was it, like some small number that we explored?
Then we only explored like 7% of the ocean.
Yeah. And we're out here trying to go to a different planet.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
You don't even know what's in the water.
Like, every day, a new species is dropping. They be like, oh, new fish dropped, blah, blah, blah. I said, dang, more fish dropped than Kanye West do. That's crazy. Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah.
How many things are unexplored in the ocean? And I feel like we live in two completely different worlds. Yeah, because
we do.
Fish can live in their world. We can live in this world. We go in water. We cannot breathe underwater. We die if we try and breathe underwater. Fish come to air. They die when they come up here. So it's kind of like it's two different worlds in one.
It's really creepy to think about.
Yeah. And
so who's to say mermaids aren't real?
Who is to say mermaids aren't real?
Man. I don't know. It's kind of creepy to think about, but I like it.
It's pretty creepy to think about.
And the fact that like rich people are like going to different planets and they don't even know what's in our water. It's kind of weird to me.
Yeah. Yeah. We got NASA, but who we got exploring the seas? And then I think the thing is, once the deeper you go, the more pressure it gets, which is why they have a hard time going deeper and deeper and deeper because their submarines can't take that. There's animals that live on the bottom of the sea. That's crazy.
Got no eyes, too.
No eyes. I think it might be my boss. Oh. Yeah.
Kind of scared me.
It is. It scared me, too.
Yeah.
It's wild for sure. You need the studio? Yeah. All right. I didn't know you were using it. Gotcha. I didn't know you usually use it on Thursdays. I got you. I'll finish up.
No, I don't usually use it. I have an event on Clubhouse that I'm supposed to host.
Oh, got you.
My bad, bro. I didn't know you were using it.
It's all good. I'll finish it up. Well, we're at an hour and 4 minutes, so at least we hit the hour mark.
Yeah.
Kira, thanks for coming on. Really appreciate you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks. You want to shout out your social media and everything?
It is Kira Ewing on Instagram.
Kira Ewing on Instagram.
Kira Ewing on YouTube.
Dope.
Yeah.
And give a song recommendation.
Song recommendation is Not With You. No. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Not With Me by Katie Sizzle. It's very good. You should listen to it.
Appreciate that. You want to give one more? That's not my song. You know, I appreciate the plug, so I can add to the playlist.
Okay. What's it called? Like Sparkles by Coldplay. Sparks.
Yeah.
That's a good song.
Bad. All right, let me hurry up and finish so I'm
Okay.
almost get it. You know me. Instagram at K.Endel. Everywhere else, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Talks with Ken. You know, give me a follow there. Thank you so much, Kira, for being on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
This is Talks with Ken, and I'm done talking. I'll see y'all later.